Hello everyone, my name is Teacher Gel and I'm a teacher at Happy Elementary School. Today I want to talk about rice. Rice is a food that's eaten all over the world and many people love eating this food. It can be found in many different types of food. Let's take a look at some different food that has rice in it. On this table, many kids are eating different dishes containing rice. I think you know some of these dishes. Let's go through and see what we have. Our first dish over here are rice crackers. Over here, we have some white rice. Over here, we have a fun dish called 粽子. Over here, we have a rice dessert called 汤圆. Over here, we have mochi. Over here, we have rice triangles. Does all the food look like it have rice in it? Some of them, it's very easy to know there's rice inside. Some of the food, it's not so easy. Let's take a look at this. Oh, rice comes in different forms. Over here is plain rice. Over here is rice flour. These two forms of rice can be found in many foods. Some foods, it's easy to tell if there's rice. In the rice triangles, you can tell very easily that there are big kernels of rice. So it's easy to tell. Over here with the 汤圆, it's not so clear because you can't see the rice kernels. For this food, it uses rice flour to be made. You can always tell if something has rice by looking at the food content. So if you turn to the back of a food packaging, you'll see something that looks like this. If you look here, you will hopefully see the ingredient rice. So over here, I see some rice. That's one way you can always tell. On English packaging, it will look like this. And usually, you'll see the words rice written on it. So where does rice come from? That's a good question. I have a short video to show you. But to answer the first question, rice comes from rice paddies. Let's watch our video about where rice comes from.
How does rice grow? Rice is a grain. It looks like grass when it's fully grown. Most of the rice comes from different countries around the world. People have grown rice for thousands of years. You can grow rice in most places as long as they are not exposed to the cold. Rice grows in paddy fields. Paddy fields are usually flooded with water. It protects the rice from extreme heat and cold and stops weeds from growing by making the ground too waterlogged for weeds to grab hold. Some paddy fields are watered from nearby rivers. Others are flooded by rain during the rainy season. After 1 month, the seedlings are placed into bundles and they are transplanted into larger fields. They are planted spaced out in their new field because they will grow up to 1 meter tall. The fields are plowed by animals or machines. Once the fields are plowed, the seedlings are transplanted either by hand or by machine. It takes 3 months for the grains of rice to develop. When they turn yellow and hard, it's time to harvest. During harvesting time, the water is drained and the stalks are cut, sometimes by sickle. Here we can see a sickle cutting some rice. Grains of rice are separated by thrashing, either by hand or by machine. Afterwards, the rice is dried out. Once it is dried, the rice grains is separated from their husk using different machines. Once separated, They are stored in bags and are ready to be sent out to different places. Here, the bags are stored in 1-ton bags. Wow, very cool. How does rice grow?
Wow, very cool. Now that we've learned where rice comes from, let's make some rice. So to make our rice today, we'll need a few things. The first thing over here is a rice cooker. The second thing we will need is a pot to cook the rice in. Let's go over the directions to make the rice. So what are these kids saying? Let's read. How much rice do we add? Good question. Today, we'll be making 2 cups of rice. So I'm going to get a cup, and I'm going to measure 2 cups. So let's put the cup in the bag and get some rice. 1 cup. 2 cups. You can make any amount of rice you want, but we usually measure it out in cup sizes. So if you want 5 cups, you can make 5 cups. If you want 10 cups, you can make 10 cups. Today, we're going to be making 2. Let's see what else. How much water do we add? Ooh, that's a very good question. Water varies depending on how hard or soft you want the rice. I like my rice to be a little hard, so I'm going to add 1.2 cups for every cup of rice, okay? But before that, we have something else to do. This kid over here is reminding us rice needs to be washed before we cook it. And he's telling us we need to wash it 2 to 3 times. How do you wash rice? It's very easy. You take some water and you add it to the rice, and then you use your hands and you mix it up. Can you say it with me? Mix, mix, mix. I'm using my hands and mixing the rice in a circular motion. You can also give the rice a little massage with your hands. Ooh, I'm massaging the rice. After washing the rice, you need to pour out the water. So let's pour this out. I'm going to use my hands to try to block the rice. I'm just going to pour it out. Bye-bye, water. That's my first wash. Let's wash it 2 more times. So once again, get some water. I'm going to add it to my rice. And I'm going to mix, mix, mix. In a circular motion, I'm going to massage it with my hands. Ooh, spilled some water, but it's okay. Once again, that's our second wash. Let's pour the water out. Very good. That's our second wash. Third time, once again, pour some water. And we're going to use our hands to mix, mix, mix. So once again, mix in a circular motion. Give the rice a nice massage with our fingers. I'm going to add more water because I want to get all of that starch out. So mix, mix, mix. Oh no, it's okay. Massage, massage, massage. And ready to pour out the water. Bye-bye, water. After washing the rice 3 times, we are ready to cook the rice. So let's go ahead and add our water. 1 cup. Oh no, I don't have enough water. It's okay, I'll be right back. See you in a minute. Okay, got my water. Let's add 1 more cup. Since I like my rice a little hard, I'm just going to add a little more. If you like your rice softer, you should add a little bit more water than I am. Okay, now we're ready to cook the rice. I'm going to open my rice cooker and put my pot inside. For this rice cooker, you need to add a little water to the outside of the rice cooker, to the outer pot. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to add 1 cup to the outer pot. And we're ready to go. Last step, let's listen to our friend here. Don't forget to turn it on. So make sure that you turn it on and that you see the light is on the rice cooker. The rice will slowly cook inside the rice cooker. When it finishes, the switch will pop up and you'll know your rice is ready. Exciting. Be careful though. The rice cooker will get very hot when it's working. So do not touch it with your hands. Okay? Okay, bye-bye rice cooker. See you later. Next thing I want to talk about is something to make with rice. Today we're going to make a very simple rice dish. It's called a rice triangle, and it looks like this. A rice triangle is in the shape of a triangle. Here goes a triangle. How many sides does it have? Let's count and see. 1, 2, 3. 3 sides. In a minute, we will try to make rice into the shape of a triangle. We can do it 2 different ways. One way is using a gadget like this. This is a rice triangle mold, and we can use it to make beautiful rice triangles. Another way to make a rice triangle is just by using your 2 hands to make the shape of a triangle. So we're going to try both ways to make some rice triangles. So the first thing we're going to need is some cooked rice. While this is cooking, I already have some rice prepared that we can use. So over here is just white rice, and it's been sitting outside and allowed to cool down. So it's not very hot. So if I touch it, it will not feel hot or burn my skin. So you want some cool rice to make this. The next thing we're going to need is some rice seasoning. So over here is some rice seasoning, and it'll give the rice lots of flavor. So first step, we're going to open our rice seasoning. We're going to add some to our white rice. So open, here we go. And I'm going to take my rice seasoning and I'm going to sprinkle some on top. Okay, ooh, a lot of rice seasoning. I love rice seasoning. Next step, we're going to take a rice paddle or a spoon and we're going to mix it up. It's not easy to mix, so we're going to slowly mix it back and forth until the rice seasoning goes all over the rice. Ooh, wow, very beautiful. I love all the colors in the rice. Now that our rice is ready, we can get ready to make our rice triangles. So I'll first use the rice mold to try to make it. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to take my spoon and fill the rice mold. I'm going to fill it nice and tight. When the rice is full, I'm going to take the cover and I'm going to push it down. Ta-da! Here goes a beautiful rice triangle. The last step is just to take off the lid from the rice container, from the rice triangle, and on the back there's a button that you can use to push out our rice triangle. So I'm going to get my thumb ready to push. I'm going to put it on the back of the rice triangle. I'm going to pop it out. Ta-da! We have ourselves a beautiful rice triangle. Very cool. Now let's try it the second way using our 2 hands. So for this method, I'm going to try to bend my hands and cup it to try to make a little rice ball. And afterwards, I'll try to give it 3 sides to make a triangle. So this is a fun, messy, sticky part. So hands in, get some rice. I'm going to use my hands in a cupping motion. I'm going to cup it around. So you can cup your hands in opposite ways and form the rice into a ball. Next, you're going to use the sides of your hand and you're going to try to make a triangle with 3 sides. So I'm going to push and try to create a 3-sided rice ball. So let's see. 1 side, 2 sides, 3 sides. Ta-da! Here goes my handmade rice ball. It's not as pretty, but it's equally delicious, so I enjoy both methods. Wow, that was a lot of fun. That's it for today's lesson on rice. I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye-bye.